previous video lecture, we have covered all the topics that we are going to discuss in this video lecture series. So let's begin with our new topic, that is hospitals. So in this video lecture, we will be studying Introduction to Hospitals, its definition, what are modern hospitals and their function, classification, and then we will be studying what is clinic, organization of hospitals, of normal and teaching hospitals. So let's begin with our chapter hospitals. Hospitals. For all the problems, one solution. Go to the hospitals. This is the place where we can trust to go for remedies and treatment. The last hope for accidental cases and heavily injured patients. If someone gets ill in your family or neighbor, we prefer to take them to hospital. So what are these places? Why they take so much importance in our life when we don't know what to do while suffering from any disease or heavily injured situations? Hospitals have specially trained doctors and caretaking medical staff. This has been proven in this pandemic when people are protecting themselves from their own loving ones. These medical first line warriors shelter you and give their best to make your life normal again. Surely, hats off to these guys. Also, hospitals have specialized scientific equipments which provide healthcare services and you can say revive our health. Let's just see how these hospitals are defined. A hospital is an establishment where medical or surgical care and treatment is provided for all the ill or injured by a team of trained staff using specialized scientific equipments. It means these places are made to give medical and surgical care for the ill and injured patients by trained medical staff and specialized equipments. The next point is modern hospitals. So what is these modern hospitals? Are they fashionable and mature? No. It's next generation hospitals, so why we call them as modern. They are tend to build only for restoration and maintenance of good health. In a single campus, all the facilities like colleges for medical students, hospitals and their specialized facilities, also hospitals for medical staff are there, so that doctors and medical staff can assist anytime possible. Next, we will be discuss what are the functions of hospitals. As we already know, what are these for, we can correlate what their function will be. The first one is basic and more important, that is patient care. Is to provide all the way best treatment to the sick people. This hospital improvise themselves to take best care of the patient. It raises the quality and general standards of medical practice. Indeed, it is a center of community health and provide great deal to the patient health and community medicine. Our next function is to train medical and health professionals to give proper education about healthcare services and good practices for the handling of drugs and medical devices. Hospitals are the great facilities where medical students and staff can learn by practical and observing skills. The supervision of trained staff direct juniors properly, and hospitals play a major role in that. It gives proper attention in the patient by providing groups or professionals to the service or patients. Hospitals provide proper education about health, treatment and therapy to the patient. They establish mutual trust with patients and medical staff. Medical research is the most important topic for a next generation safety and upgrading safe and easy treatment of the diseases. Every new research brings enlightening changes and possible modification which helps to simplify techniques used for the therapy. It helps to maintain administrative records and reports. Some of the areas of the research are in surgery, laboratory techniques, evaluation and investigation of the drugs. In diseases, Hospitals take part in safety educational programs to instruct and advise people about health tips. Next is for public health. Hospitals use to support and collaborate with the healthcare agencies regarding advice and programs like blood donation, immunization camp, social and economic rehabilitation. So next point is to counsel and give patient advice. It is a modern concept adopted in a big hospital for the well-being of the patients. During these counseling sessions, pharmacists educate people on communicable diseases, epidemics, and family welfare, etc. Next, we will be discuss classification of hospital. They are classified on many bases. Some of them are listed here. First one is their clinical service offered. Either they are general or they are specialized. General means they provide general services like surgeries, internal medicine, orthopedic, or orthopedics means they are mainly related to bone, dental, obstetrics, that is that are related to childbirth and pregnancy. Other sections is for specialized, means they provide specialized services for medicine and for surgery. All the points like communicable diseases, pediatrics, psychiatrics, and related drug therapies are there in this type. And the other for specialized surgeries in the field of orthopedic, otolaryngology, gynecology, and ophthalmic. Next, by the length of stay, for how long patients stay in the hospital. For their treatment, if they are staying for the short term, that is a length that is less than 30 days. If they are staying for a long term, that is more than 30 days. That is long term is an example of a psychiatric or a mental hospitals. Next, the classification based of ownership of the hospital. Either it is a government or non-government agencies. In the non-government authority is like a private or a community hospitals. Private is either focus on a profit or a charitable non-profit aim. In the government-owned hospitals, either they are a central, state government or of the other political governmental agencies. Example of central hospitals are AIIMS and central government health scheme hospitals. State hospitals are civil hospitals, cottage hospitals made for residents mainly, and primary health centers, that is a PSCs. Other include military and corporation hospitals. Next, how they are classified on the basis of accreditation. In the USA, most of the hospitals are accredited for the standards and which estimate their quality and excellent performance. In India, National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers, that is NABH now, is a Constitution Board of Quality Council of India, that is QCI, provide accreditation to hospitals by their standards and performance in India. Next, we will be discussing about teaching hospitals. The teaching hospitals are those hospitals which are built where students are acknowledged with 1-year course on hospital teaching and a broader perspective on clinical care, teaching and research. Next, classification is important and repeatedly asked in exam, that is classification based on bed capacity. If beds are 1000 or more, it comes under large hospitals. Example is JJ Hospital and KEM Hospital. If beds are between 500 to 1000, hospitals are of medium type. Example is Bombay Hospital. If beds are from 100 to 500, is small, and example is Bridge Candy Hospital and Hinduja Hospital. If the beds are under 100, they are very small, like private hospitals and nursing home. Then what are the clinical parameters to classify these hospitals? This is also important way of classification as it is asked in exams. as by diseases like psychiatric or mental hospital, um, tuberculosis hospital, leprosy hospitals, and cancer hospitals. By their anatomical specification like ear, nose, and throat hospitals, orthopedics, eye, and kidney hospitals. As by their client group, either it is a pediatric or maternity hospital. Next, by the system of medicine, as is they are in the allopathic type, Ayurvedic hospitals, Unani hospitals, homeopathic hospitals, or nature cure and well centers, and physiotherapy centers. So, we are going to discuss about clinic. So, clinic, what is clinic? It is an establishment where ambulatory means these are the patients who no need to admit or consider in outpatient department. These are admitted for the special study and treatment by a group of physicians practicing together, and where the patients are not confined as in hospitals. Okay. Now in a hospital organization, if the hospital is small, there are a few posts of associates and assistant, but if the hospital is a big, posts are increased and subdivided in units due to the workload. So we will be discussing what is the organization of the hospital. Look at this chart. The corporation board of the trustees and directors are very much on top. They will handle everything. That is, they handle in a personal level. They grants and contract, public relations, controller, then executive committee of the staffs come by and they exhibit any workloads which are there on associate directors. Associate directors of there are three types of associate directors completing their plan or their team working together to exhibit any programs. Associate director of clinical services, associate director of administrative services, associate director of ambulatory services. In clinical services, these parts are listed, that is anesthetics, blood bank, clinical laboratory, central sterile supply, dietary services, nursing services, pharmacy, pathology, physical medicine, radiology, and research laboratory. In administrative services, credit, housekeeping, laundry, purchase and stores, and telephone services. Next, in associate director of ambulatory services, emergency services and outpatient clinic is there. Next, in associate director of admitting, information, record room, social service, and volunteers. Next, we will be discussing organization of teaching hospital, how teaching hospitals are organized. So teaching hospitals have a governing body, and then it controls the medical college team, which correlate or assist with the medical directors, administrators, directors and professors, and unit managers in medicine, surgery, and pediatrics. Then we will be discussing what are the functions of administrator. The first function is he frames overall administrative policies. He is in charge of admission and discharge of all the patients. He looks after legal information for the hospital. He looks after training of nurses, physicians, and health volunteers, implementing the policies, procedures, and guidelines framed by governing body in the daily management of hospital laid down by governing body. Sixth is he takes all the reasonable steps to see that hospital works with the laws and regulation or not. He arranges proper structure in the hospital to carry out programs of the hospital. He prepares a hospital budget for approval by the governing body. He provides and maintains proper physical resources. He develops and implements a management reporting system throughout the hospital. That's up to it. We will be discussing the next points in the next lecture.